All right, well, good morning. Welcome back to Breakfast with the Bible. We are in Psalm 71, beginning in verse 1, going to verse 8. This is our journey through the Psalms. And then on the other end of this, we're also doing a short study through the book of Philippians, my absolute favorite book at this point. So feel free to check out any of the previous videos, see what you like, see what you don't like, let me know. But here we go. This is Psalm 71. In thee, O Lord, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion. Deliver me in thy righteousness, and cause me to escape. Incline thine ear unto me, and save me. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. Thou hast given commandment to save me, for thou art my rock and my fortress. Deliver me, O my God, out of the hand of the wicked, out of the hand of the unrighteous and cruel man. For thou art my hope, O Lord God. Thou art my trust from my youth. By thee have I been holden up from the womb. Thou art he that took me out of my mother's bowels. My praise shall be continually of thee. I am as a wonder unto many, but thou art my strong refuge. Let my mouth be filled with joy, with thy praise and with thy honor all the day. So that's Psalm 71, verses 1 to 8. There are a total of 24 verses in this psalm, and it looks to be split up pretty evenly. So the next one will be 9 to 18, and then 9 to 24. 19 to 24, excuse me. It's still early. So here we go with the notes. Let's see. So the first thing we want to recognize here is that we don't have a particular reference to determine who the author is. We don't know. There's no superscription. There's no really defining phrase in the psalm that kind of gives us a hint. But some believe that this was written by David in his old age, but it's speculation. We don't know for sure. Spurgeon wrote this. He says, regarding this psalm, we have here the prayer of the aged believer, who in holy confidence of faith, strengthened by a long and remarkable experience, pleads against his enemies and asks further blessings for himself. So, as verse 1 says, it says, in thee, O Lord, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion. Or what that can also be said, put to shame. So many a psalm begins with a declaration of faith and need. Here, the psalmist lays the foundation with his faith in God before making any requests whatsoever. And then his first request is to not be put to shame. I believe this reflects his first statement, basically asking the Lord to not let his prayer be in vain. So, I put my trust in you, Lord. Don't fail me. Now, not saying that God could, or even that the psalmist believes it, but he's saying, don't let my prayer be without purpose. Looking into verse 2, it says, deliver me in thy righteousness and cause me to escape. Incline thine ear unto me and save me. Since it is obvious the psalmist trusts in the Lord, he is confident in his boldness to ask him to act in righteousness on his behalf. Now, incline thine ear literally means to bow in. The psalmist is petitioning the Lord to kneel in and to press his ear to the psalmist's plea, to come close. In a sense, to give him undivided attention. Verse 3, be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. Thou hast given commandment to save me, for thou art my rock and my fortress. This verse shows a weak man seeking strong shelter. The request is literally for a rock, the rock. Speaking in absolute confidence, the psalmist prayed that God would be his rock and fortress. So much confidence that he is certain it is God's will to save him. Shown us by the word But it says, thou hast given commandment to save me. The psalmist believes without a shadow of a doubt it is absolutely God's will for his deliverance out of this situation, because he's calling it God's commandment. So he knows, or he believes to such a degree that it was God who spoke it, who determined that he would be saved from this. Verse 4 says, deliver me, O my God, out of the hand of the wicked and out of the hand of the unrighteous and cruel man. Here we're given the source of the psalmist's struggle. It's wicked and cruel men who appeared to be in the psalmist, to have the psalmist in their grip. This refers to either currently in the hands of the enemy or an expectation of it soon coming to pass if God does not intervene. Looking at verse 5. For thou art my hope, O Lord God. Thou art my trust from my youth. This verse gives us the reason for the psalmist's confident expectation of deliverance. Because since he was young, he has trusted and placed his hope in God. And verse 6 explains, by example, his trust in God. He says, by thee have I been holden up from the womb. Thou art he that took me out of my mother's bowels. My praise shall continually be of thee. The psalmist proclaims that God has been with him since his birth. God has been there as long as he can remember. And because of because of this, praise will continually be of God. This gives further reason for this confidence of God. You haven't failed me yet. Why should I doubt you now? He's proclaiming that I've trusted you since the beginning because you've been there since the beginning. So I can believe that you intend to save me from this. And then verse 7 says, I am as a wonder unto many, but thou art my strong refuge. Now, I love what Spurgeon says about this one. He says, the believer is a riddle, an enigma puzzling the unspiritual. He is a monster worrying with those delights of the flesh, which are the all in all of other men. He is a prodigy, unaccountable to the judgments of ungodly men. A wonder, gazed upon, feared, and by contemptuously derided. In the middle of this verse, the psalmist pivots and redirects his attention from himself to his faith in God. He starts out with, I am as a wonder unto many, but, there's that transition, thou art my strong refuge. And verse 8, let my mouth be filled with thy praise and with thy honor all the day. The psalmist here is making a determination. Praise and honor God constantly and consistently in spite of his current situation. It's not just let or allow, but he's declaring to God he intends to have praise filling his mouth all day. This is, once again, quoting Spurgeon, he says, God's bread is always in our mouths, so should his praise be. He fills us with good, let us be good also, filled with good. Let us be also filled with gratitude. This would leave no room for murmuring or backbiting. Now, this is a profound principle. If we would spend more time praising, we would have little time to mourn and complain. There I recall Philippians and Paul's command to rejoice always. May we praise more and murmur less. That's the idea. If we spend more time glorifying God, praising God, determining to let his praise and honor fill our mouths all the day long, then these moments of complaining and nitpicking and negativity and all these different things that we have that really are no help to anybody, these things would be minimalized at the very least, if not eliminated altogether, if we would keep our mind focused on the right thing. Then the things that cause us to grumble and complain would be really of little significance at all. So this was a very, very short one. We buzzed right through it. No big deal. It happens every once in a while. But we have many more Psalms to go to finish our journey. So always come back and check. I'm not consistently doing them every day, but I try to do them as often as I can. Some of my studying takes a little bit longer, but that's it. So again, like I always ask, if you're enjoying this, let me know. If you're not, please tell me. We'll address it. Like, subscribe, share, do all those things you YouTube watchers do, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, and God bless.